Chanel. Thank you, Chanel, and welcome everyone. This is another great Monday night with Michaels. We're going to have a fun time painting tonight, and we have a special guest teacher with us. As you all were entering, I have to say hello and give a shout out because I saw so many of our Let's Paint with Plaid community members in the audience, in the classroom, I should say. So welcome. Thank you everyone for always continuing to support the Plaid classes here at Michaels. Tonight, our special guest teacher is going to be Donna Dewberry, and she is going to paint some very whimsical flowers with you this evening. And the project is called Floral Illusion. She's going to be using the Folk Art multi-surface paints. And she also has a canvas there in front of her ready to go. So I'm not going to take up any more time because I know each and every one of you are excited and ready to begin painting. So Donna, I'm going to turn it over to you, and I want you all to have a great time. Do open up your chat, though. I will tell you that I'll be here monitoring the class. So if you have any questions, you're welcome to type them in the chat, and either I'll do my best to answer them or we'll pass some questions on to Donna. So Donna, why don't you just take it away?
Okay, I am so thrilled to finally be here. This is exciting. I've been trying to teach this a couple of times now. And Floral Illusions, I want you to think about this dreamy look. When you're looking at this, what my husband first said when he saw me create this, he goes, that looks like an underwater scene. So it has inspired me now to do underwater with the same type of background. So I want you to see there's a glow of the light, and then all of this warm look that's all around, and then these whimsical flowers. And we even have some bright pink, which is like a neon. So there's just really fun colors, and I'm thrilled that you came on to join me. I am using promo kit 830. And when, let me make sure I'm saying that right. Yes. Yes. 830. So I will tell you the paints as we go. They're Folk Art multi-surface. I love, love, love them because they are exactly what they're called. They're for multiple surfaces, and they have a sealer inside of it. So you can paint on glass, metal, ceramic, wood, everything you can imagine, indoors, outdoors, mailboxes, and lots more. And I love that we have a 12 by 12 canvas, but I love that you can use anything you want to use to paint on. And so I am going to share with you that I'm using CraftsMart brushes today because some of you might have my one-stroke brushes. You're welcome to use those too. But I am going to put the project out so that we'll be on the overhead camera and you will be able to see my strokes as we're painting. Okay, so I want you to see that it's got some dreamy, pretty looks in it. And we even have dots of this neon that we do at the end. And some, I don't know if you can see these little leaves. We're going to make them a little bit brighter so you see them. And they're just outlines of leaves. But we're going to start right here doing all of this background, this area, and the slip slap. Okay. So thank you all for being on. I'm excited to be here to paint with you tonight. And I actually put a bunch of colors on the foam plate so that we're ready to start. And we're going to do background colors and flower colors, but I have an extra foam plate so that as I'm trying to make or load the paint, because they're so close to each other, then I'll come over here and work on them. Okay. Now we're going to dampen our large brush. And to me, this is like my 3/4 size brush. So this just looks a little bit longer. And what I'm going to do is put this picture right here. Let's move over a little bit so that we're on screen and you can see it. All right. So I'd like you to see it as we're working here. And I will bring, just let Chris know if you need me to bring it up closer and re-show a stroke that you maybe didn't catch really well. All right. So first thing in the very, very background, it looks like a patina color. And so I'm going to pick up some Aqua and Wicker White. Okay. I'm just making sure, yes, it's wicker because we use titanium white sometimes too. All right. So I'm going to do a slip slap back and forth, flat, flat, and go back and forth with that. Now, this is a little dry because it's on the canvas, so you can put some medium in here and it makes it move.
What medium is that?
Oh, Chris and I have a thing. I always say medium. I went up here, I got carried away. I went up there where the yellow is, so don't do that. So if you're following me, just look, we can fix it. Okay. All right. We are using floating medium, and there's so many mediums. If I don't say floating medium, you won't know. If you've never watched one stroke painting before, we are blending, shading, and highlighting in each stroke. And the beauty of it is we're not using water because we want this to be thick, creamy paint. So it blends and shades and highlights at one time. Now, if I dip floating medium occasionally, see, it makes it cover this canvas really easily. Okay. So this is the glow where the light is. And I covered that up first of all. But you saw how easy it was to take it off, right? Now I'm going to get in here and pick up more of just medium and aqua without the white, but I still have a little bit of white in my brush. Slip, slap, slip, slap, back and forth, back and forth. Okay, and why I love this is I use my sponge painter a lot, but when you're using the brush, you're getting a whole different look that's pretty awesome. Okay, so you see how it's darker around the edges? All right, so I'll move this, that shadow's there. I don't want it to be there. Okay, a little bit of medium, floating medium, and then we're gonna come back and forth right over here. So as you see, this is darker. And I want you to know when I'm blending it into the lighter color, what I'm doing is I'm as light as a feather. So when I pick this up and pick up the medium, I'm picking up a lot of paint. When I'm putting it down here, I am doing it very light. Okay, so see how the shading's coming around here? Now, I want to pick up a couple of other colors. Actually, there's another color. Can you imagine? I'm putting all this. I could have put half on one plate, half on another, but I want y'all to see them all. All right. So with this aqua, now I'm going to go, and I love this color because we got the Look at Me blue, and there's medium blues, but this Look at Me blue it pops beautiful. But you don't have to worry about it. All of this is inside this promo kit. So just remember 830. It's got all this beautiful color, and I consider this like my bright colors. All right. And I use them a lot because they're even got some colors for Christmas. All right, see how it's dry? I don't want to see this. So see that dry look there where you see the canvas through it? I want it all smooth and nice. Now see how you've got how you can see all the movement. I call that movement because it's just not solid. So a lot of my students will make it all one color by blending till it's just one color. Now I see I'm really light touching this, and if it's not moving, floating medium. And then floating medium, I'll move it right in very nicely. Okay, there we go. So let's pick up some more. Just remember, Chris is there for any questions, and she'll share them with me if you need to ask something. More medium. So using medium just extends your paint, and it makes it move really nice for you. So I have another color I'm going to add in here. Let's get this all in here. I hope you can paint along with me. If not, you can rewatch this and paint. I'm excited on, when is it, Chris? Wednesday? I think it's Wednesday. I get to do gallery glass and one stroke painting with you at one, and we're going to do both of them in one lesson.
Donna, for tonight's lesson, let's just repeat all of the colors that you started out with.
Okay, let's do this. All right, so what I have is aqua and wicker white and lots of floating medium. I even need more floating medium. I picked up so far the wicker white, aqua, and then we went to the Look at Me blue. All right, so now what we're going to do, I haven't used the other colors. I'm going to wait and share this with you as we get to them. All right, because I want you to pull these first. And now there's one more color that we need in this outer area. You see all that pretty blue in there? Now I want to add some of the perfect, I'm sorry, yes, perfect purple. I was doubting myself. Perfect purple. All right, violet pansy works nice too, but perfect purple has this whole different value of purple in it. Now I still have the blue on my brush. See how I'm working this in together? So light as a feather, really light, perfect purple, and look at me blue together over that wet aqua. And then it's just like dreamy. And I usually say an ombre look, but to me, it does ombre from one color to another, but it's more of a slip slapping background that I love this look on a lot of my projects. And what makes yours look different than everybody else's that you might see out there is how pretty we make our backgrounds. All right, just a little bit different, whether it be an ombre or a mixture of colors like this, but we're going around the circle of color here. And we'll remember what's in the circle. It's the light that comes through. Now, you can imagine this is like, I told you, a floral illusion. Like this is a garden and the sunlight's just going down or the sunlight's coming up is what it looks like. And so it's all dreamy. And then these flowers are popping out right in front of you. All right, we still have like our 3/4 inch size brush. And I can't actually read the numbers on here. So I'm giving you guidance by what I think is the big one. All right, so now I'm going to come in here with Wicker White and Daffodil Yellow. All right, so we have Daffodil Yellow and Wicker White. All right, so we're going to pick these two colors up until work on a double loaded. We blend, shade, and highlight in each stroke. So if we blend the two colors together, I don't want it to be one color. All right, I am going to take and slip slap back and forth, and mainly in the middle here with more Wicker White. See, it's still, I want it really pale back here in the background. So look, like a feather, like I'm almost dropping the brush.
So you're really kind of sweeping the brush a lot more than slip slapping, right?
Yeah,
Donna?
right now I'm sweeping it to blend it into each other, into the next color. Okay, see, like you're taking a broom and sweeping back and forth. I say lots of times like a whisk broom, but then some of you are so young, you don't know what a whisk broom is. That's what we used to clean our car floors with. There we go. Oh, I don't know. There were dustpans and whisk brooms, even for the house, I guess, for little messes. Okay, so do you see that? It's kind of yummy. All right, so now I did put just a little bit of the bright pink. And to me, this looks way, see the black on it, gives you a neon feel. All right, so what I'm gonna do, I took a smaller brush now. And so it's like a 12 flat size. All right, and then I'm gonna come in here with these two colors together. Okay, it makes it kind of a yummy color, sherbet-like color in between the two. All right, now I can start by just going, sweeping this too. Sweep, sweep, sweep. Okay, it doesn't make it orange, but it just makes it a sherbet type color. A little bit lighter than raspberry. All right, and I did pick up some white. Okay. And so that's just kind of yummy. Yours does not have to look just like mine to be pretty. Everybody has a different look, but what I want you to try to imagine when you're looking at this is that it is a glow here of light. So if you don't have a kind of an aura, then it doesn't really look like that. Like I had some students that just did a boxed out area that's kind of different. That's not what we're looking for, okay? So I'm gonna pick up some more yellow and white, and I am going to slip slap right here, back and forth with the flat of the brush. And this is just little sparkles of light that comes through. Maybe it's looking through some flowers into. our illusion here. Okay, now I want you to look at that. See, isn't that yummy? And then doesn't this look like a glow around here? It's because that white was in there first. Okay, now all you do, which I'm not going to take time to do, is just repeat that all the way around the edges, and you can put a push pin on the wall and hang this right tonight. Okay, so now what I want to do is I'm going to clean this brush really good. This is a 3/4. I'm going to clean the 12 off. I did pull out a couple round that we're going to use a little bit later. All right, but then we have some angle brushes in this group. I usually use flat, but angle's kind of a flat with a point on it. All right, it's loaded like I load my flat brushes. All right, but it has a point, and so this point will help you get a nice thin vine or stem. Now, usually I put all my flowers first and then do some stems, but what's going to happen is that we want some of these tall, the vines and greenery. Some of this is put on in front, but these are definitely first, these couple here, okay? So I have to tell you, it is actually easier to turn this around and see what I'm going for here. Can you see that? All right, because you can pull this easier than pushing it, all right? Just for you newbies, as you're working with this, I want it to be easy for you. So I want, because it's a little bit darker, I want the light to follow, to be on the point. So I'm going to pick up the lighter green, and that's the bright green. It's a lime green, and then we're using classic green. So the lime is bright like everything else we've done. So let me show you that I'm still going to come in here like a flat brush and go back and forth and load it. Are y'all with me? I hope you're trying this with me and seeing how much fun it is. This is a larger angle brush, but you don't see the numbers on here. I guess it would only be on the packaging. Okay. All right, now I've got plenty of paint on there, so I'm going to start right over here. And I want you to see, this is how people make a mistake. They think you still lay this flat on the chisel. Here's the chisel. All right, so we're not laying it on the whole chisel, we're laying it on the toe. I call this the toe, that the heel. So you stand it right there and just the toe. So it's kind of cut off the other edge. And let me explain that to you. When you're using a flat brush, we touch, we tilt, and then we drag just the point. So this way, that's all cut off. So all we have to do is touch and pull. Does that make sense? So I'm going to touch it here, and I'm going to pull ever so lightly up and to where my haze is there, okay? I'm going to go get some more paint. Now that's kind of a straight line, which has some little greenery on it and some little blossoms. Now over here, I'm going to go back and forth, and we gave a pattern here so you could look at that if you want to afterwards. But I like you just kind of loosely do it with me, because we really don't need a pattern when we're laying some of this on, because it's kind of simple, okay? Now, you see, I want you to take, and I put a little bit more white on here, little bit, like you could stroke next to it, or you can dip it and come over here and work it in. Pick this up, double loaded, come over here and work in the white. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is over here, and I'm going to use this brush, but I'm not going to push it down really hard. All right, so I'm going to take and put the toe there, push down and stand up. All right, and then you can pull the stem into it. All right, so let's try again. We're going to touch the toe on the vine, push down and pull a stem. I'm going to get some more paint. All right, we're going to touch, push, stand up, stand up. See how that white brightens it up some? So touch the toe on the vine, push down and slide to the toe. Then you can come right in here and you can add some of these stems with that toe. And it makes it really easy, okay? Now a little bit more paint. And let's see, I came way down here and put 3. I'm gonna come back here, maybe a 4th one right there and pull a stem. All right, so I do have a little bit more. So are y'all liking this? It's nice to find out that it's something that you could actually feel like you could do. All right, so this is a wandering vine, which I'm going to have some flowers hang off of it.
And Donna, can you
Yes.
demonstrate the leaf without using the angle brush and use a flat brush?
Okay.
We have some folks that don't have angle brushes.
Oh, of course, that's great. Thanks for letting us know, guys, because that's what I need to hear. All right, so let's come right here. I have a few more leaves that we can do. I'm going to load this brush. 2 colors, classic green, lime green, pick up some white, work it in. And the reason we need white because we have the darker here and we want it to pop, okay? So we could go right down here. Let me show you. So if I have a couple more stems in here, okay? Now when I do that, I touch, I lift the front of the brush and I drag just the back corners. All right, so touch, lift the front and drag it. Now, whatever follows is the main color. So that was the classic green, and it's lighter than some of the darker greens I use. But if it's even darker and I want it brighter, I'm going to lead with the dark, and then whatever follows is the prominent color. So look how bright that is. All right, that's bright because the lighter green with the white went last. Now let's do the stroke that we did over here. We're going to touch or at an angle. We're going to push down and we're going to slide to a point. Now the key to this is I want you to touch here, press. So I'm up on the chisel, press and slide and lift to the chisel. All right, so I call that a slider stroke. There's no push, turn, lift, it's just slide. Flip her original piece. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Gilbert. There we go. All right, so now we're back again. I hope that helped. You can rewatch that, guys, and it'll help you push, stand up. Now I'm at an angle when I'm doing this, okay? Let me show you one more time. If I was flat, I would start flat and look at this as a T. Can you see the T there? So if I started flat, I would have to push, turn, lift, and slide, and then it's flat right here. And so many people didn't like that look. So I changed that stroke and I start at an angle. See that angle? And I make a T again. So then I start right on that angle. So the brush is turning at an angle on the chisel instead of being flat. Okay. That would make more sense if you get to practice it, okay? I have all kinds of stroke study worksheets like that you can learn those, okay? Right on, and some of the great kits that we share with you. Okay, so let's start painting some of these flowers. Now, one of the things I like to do here is I usually use like a scruffy brush, but what we're going to do is just take a smaller brush and I'm going to take some of this Perfect Purple. All right, now I'm going to take Perfect Purple and I'm going to tap just the edge, the tip of the bristles. Tap it into a fuller blossom with little hanging point to it, okay? I'm going to hold this up and show you in just a minute. Look at one more place here, and then I'll hold it up so you can see. All right, it's like a hanging cluster of wisteria. See a rounded area here, and then we let it trail. And I'm going to make that pop more by putting some of the bright pink on it. See, there's your round. Okay, and then I can have another round right in here. And I go right over the green, so don't worry about it. Okay, right over the green. And over here is going to trail a little bit. And so those are the 4 I put on. I usually don't do 4. So I put all the dots of pretty bright colors in there next. So that makes it nice. Okay. And I'm going to let that dry. Clean that out. I'm going to just let it dry after I pounce just a little bit of pink. Now let it dry. Because when you pounce this on this is the bright pink, and this is probably like 8 flat. And I'm just tapping that onto this wet purple, the perfect purple with this bright pink, and you tap on it and it makes another whole color. And then we'll come back and put some little dip dots on it. So see how bright? I'm sure that bright's showing up to you. But I'm going to show you anyway. Can y'all see? But we're not done. We're just going to leave this right now. Okay, so now I'm going to come over here, and there's a couple of different blossoms that I like to put here. So I'm going to pick up just a little bit of the perfect purple with that same 8, and I'm going to, at the top of this stem, I'm going to have the little teeny buds, which are 1, 2, 3. And then they start hanging. So what I'm going to share with you here is that these are chisel strokes. So I'm on the chisel, which is the tip of the brush. And I'm going to go 1. I put pressure lift, pressure lift, pressure lift. Okay, so I'm picking up more perfect purple right here with some pink. I'm skipping because green's going to go in between this little leaves. And this is a stalk flower. And see how those colors are in there? Okay. So I'm just going to skip space and continue to go in here. Now you could use some of your blue with the pink. I'm picking purple though. I put purple, purple. And then I put a purple flower in here. So I have a triangle of shade, okay? Now I'm going to come right in here. We're going to put a blossom of daisies in here, but they're going to cover some of this. But I'm going to still put it there because some of it might peep through. Okay. There we go. All right, you'll see it. All right, now I wanted that in there before we started any of the big flowers because everything else is going to lay on top of this. Now, before I go further, I'm going to put the little bits of green in here. So I'm going to use the same brush. It's like an 1/8. It's a smaller brush because these are the stalk flowers. And I'm picking up the lime green and classic green. And I'm going to lead stroke up, and I'm going to stroke up with the lime green going first. So I can go like this, and this is what's going to happen. I'm going to push and lift, and these are little green leaves. Okay, can you see that? So we're going to keep picking up color. Now, sometimes if it's not showing, you can flip the brush. I'm not going to do it yet. But these are just little teeny bits of greenery that are between those areas where the blossoms are. Okay. I hope that helps me pulling it up for you. Now, right here, I can flip the brush and put the dark first, because these lighter ones, see that light, that lime green shows better when I'm pulling those up. Okay. And we have a little bit down here, and then I'm ready. So we have both of those. The reason I did them first is, remember, they're underneath. And now I'm going to do some majorly big. Let's see. I guess we're just going to use this brush. Okay. So we're going to do this guy first, right here. It's like a poppy. I just kind of make up flowers that kind of look like the petals I want to do. All right. Because I love it when people say, what flower is that? Like, it's a Donna flower. Okay. I made it up. But there's lots of blossoms like this, guys. So look, we're double loading. You're going to pick up the white. You're going to work it here. Back and forth.
And Donna, you'd say that was probably your 3/4 inch flat, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm calling it. My 3/4 is usually a little shorter than this, but
No, I'm talking about the width. That would
Yes.
basically be equal to a 3/4 inch flat brush.
yes, the width is, yes. All right, so right in here, guys, like I said, you can trace your pattern, but what I want you to see is this about 4 fingers tall, the one petal. So if I go here, I'm going to try to show you up here close. I lay my brush down. See, I'm halfway down. And then I kind of scrub it slightly. And it looks a little bit like a shell. So see what that looks like? So we blended, shaded, and highlight in one stroke. Now, let me show you how that happened again. All right, I dipped white. And then I came over to my bright pink and I went back and forth, back and forth. And this is where I said I should go on another plate so you can see it, but I think you can see it pretty good there. All right. So what's going to happen? Yes.
Donna, did you have a line art pattern for tonight's class?
Yes, there was one. It should have been down on the download for you guys to find. There we go. All right. Now what happens here, guys? We are going to put little stems, but usually I like to put stems if we had more time so we could blow dry it and put stems. All right, but let's go in here. We're going to pick up white. I don't know, Chris, this was so long ago. I don't know.
I told everyone there wasn't a pattern. I don't think there was, Donna.
You know why? Because this was so long ago. All my new ones have patterns, but we were trying to do this a couple of months ago when the weather gave us problems, guys. All right, look, we're going to come right here and we curve. All right. But now what I'm showing you is this is 4 spread fingers wide. Those petals up there were 4 fingers tall, 3 to 4 fingers tall. All right. So you did the back 3 petals. And then look here, I came right here, chisel, flat, stand up, chisel, and roll. Okay. And 1 more petal. And then that whole flower is done. Look, there's the white. Okay. Okay, let's come right in here. I need stronger white right here, guys, because Paula says there was no pattern. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't think there was. That's why I asked, because a couple people were thinking there was one. I didn't think there was one. And so they all confirmed that there is no pattern.
Sorry. I'm not used to, yeah.
Typically, Donna doesn't use patterns in the one stroke. It's a lot of it is muscle memory and practicing your stroke work.
Yeah. And so this is the same petal over and over. And I'm kind of trying to place it so you can see. I like to divide my canvas into quarters. And so this is halfway. And I started above that, those 3 fingers I shared with you. Well, that was good. Guess what I'm going to have to put there. There we go. All right. The beautiful thing about one stroke painting are there are no mistakes. So now look, I can come right in here because our paint's so great. when I do this with my classes, especially when I have teenagers and they go, I messed up, like Miss Donna just did. I said, oh, it's okay. We just wipe it off, and they think everything's going to wipe off, but our paint is so beautiful that it's already started drying, and everything in the background's going to let you wipe off anything you have a problem with. Not this, because I just put that in there, but this background I can wipe off. So I made that. I dropped my brush just on purpose. Not really. Okay, so now let's come in here. I'm going to take that brush with all the paint. I'm not going to clean the paint. It's got pink and green and all kinds of colors now. And I want you to come right here to the stem of here. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 little chisel strokes. Then grab it and pull it down. And see all that pretty color? It's got pink going all the way down. Okay, so that's one flower. Now we're going to put a purple one right there. See that? I'm going to come all the way around. I like to decide where I want the head to be, and then I come around. But then I'm going to come over here, guys, and I'm going to put 2 heights, 1, 2. All right, because I need another triangle. And when people most ask question is, how do you know where a leaf goes, or how do you know where the next thing goes? These leaves went back and forth. All right, along the vine, going this way along the vine. All right, now this flower. So I told you I have purple, purple. There's going to be a purple here. So that's a triangle of color. Now, triangle can just be color, or it can be the same flower 3 times, but I'm not doing that on any of these. Okay. So what I want you to see is we've got this big pink poppy, and then we're going to have right up here, I'm going to do 1 flower there, the head of the flower, and 1 right down here. So there I have another triangle. So that helps you lay that out. So I can just put a stem in here and maybe a stem over here. And lots of times I paint the flower first and just put the stem from it, but I do know where I want it. So that's a good thing. I can just do that there. And I'm going to wait. It doesn't matter where all this greenery goes. We can wait and put that on later. All right. So I am just going to show you that you can use a round brush. I usually use flats. I'm just trying to show you some of these other brushes that are here. So I would use a 12 flat, or I can use an 8 round. Now, what we're going to do on here is we're going to pick up the bright pink on this brush. Okay. So we're going to come right down here and pull up. What I'm excited about my pumpkin picture, guys, is that I get to do gallery glass with you. All right. And so many people have been asking me to show them how. So I thought this is a perfect time and a place to do it. Okay, so look, I'm pushing down on the round and standing up. Now I'm going to do the next one with a flat brush so you see. All right, so I want some longer petals. Can you see that? And it's okay, see it picked up a little bit of green. That doesn't bother me. All right, so this is the underneath petals. All right, now what happens is while this pink is all wet, I'm going to show you that I'm going to come here and get the pink, and then I stroke into the white. See that? Now what's going to happen here is we're going to come up here, and this is going to be your center. So I'm going to stroke more white. I don't need any more pink. All right, so I'm going to curve here and do a second one. So I'm making the shape of the flower by pushing and lifting, pushing and lifting. Push, lift. I can go over that a couple of times. There's no mistakes. Okay, so now see that? You can see this one needs to be longer. All right, so see the dark ones underneath? All right, now I can always get slimmer when I'm using the flat brush. So I'm just going to show you. I'm going to put the round in the water, and I'm going to come here and put all of the bright pink on the whole flat brush. Then I'm going to pick up some white and like double load it. See, I've got pink on one side and white on the other. All right. So as I'm doing this, remember what I said, whatever follows is the predominant color. So if I lead with the white, I want you to see, I'm going to get my shape first. See the shape of the flower? They've got droopy petals. Then I have a couple that are up here. All right, because some of them, watch this, some of these petals are in the back. Okay, I didn't do this on the original one, but I just like to show this to you. This is a flat 12. See, that's the back of the flower. And then I'm going to pick up more pink. This bright pink, and I make them longer and in front. So now look what happens. These tips are what's going to show with the white on top. So I'm pushing and curving. All these petals curve this way, all these petals curve that way. And these are really simple, fun little petals. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to put pink. I need more bright pink. Isn't that kind of fun, how easy that flower is? Okay, so I'm going to now add my white. So we're going to get flat brush in here and pick up white. Okay. Now, this is what I want you to see right here. I'm going to push and lift, push and lift. Now I'm leading with the pink so that if you see this, push and lift, push, push. And as you lift pressure, you get all the streaks of that flower. See that? Now, this is the thing. I can go back over this a couple of times and get more of the white in there if I need to. So there's no mistakes. Like over here, I think this needs a couple extra strokes. And here. All right. But see the pink underneath? That gives you a fun look. All right. So let's go back to that small 8 flat again, because what I need to do is put centers in these two. All right. Have you learned something you didn't know so far? I even like to find out if those who follow me a lot on Less Paint and follow me with one stroke painting. We got lots, I've got teachers out here watching now, and they usually tell me, Donna, I learned something that I didn't know when I saw you do this class. This is very simple. Look at this. I do a curve here first, and then I tap and get like, this is like a gumdrop shape up here, guys. Okay. And I'm going to leave that and then do little accents for it to show. But just look one more time. See the little centers? You learned a lot today. Well, that makes me happy. Okay. Now I'm gonna wash this off the green. I left all these brushes in here. The one thing I can tell you that's good about plastic handle brushes is the wood doesn't get damaged by leaving it in there because it's plastic handles. Okay, so let me show you what happens here. I want the Perfect Purple and Wicker White, and I'm double loading. So Perfect Purple, this is the 10 of the 12 flat, and I'm right next to the white. So I'm going to do it over here because the white's got too much white. There we go. Now what I used in the center is the Perfect Purple. Okay. Now, oops, while I had the pink, I was supposed to do a little bud here, but I'll show you later. Okay. So I am going right in here and I'm going to do like a comma stroke flower, like stalk flower. So I'm leading with the purple. I push and I pull. All right, now what's happening here, I can go over there a couple of times. I guess I have a teeny bit of pink in it, so let me work that in. A little bit of the pink. I think I had it left on my brush when I did this. Push, lift, and they're kind of like comma strokes or daisy strokes, just like what we've been doing. Okay. All right, so these have that purple that I wanted. So I'm going to pull, 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 pull. I'm just holding it up, so I'm hoping it's a little bit closer to you and you can see it. Now that's muddy and I can't see the petal. So I push and add another petal on top. Can you see that? All right, we're going to pull a little bit here. And I'll take a little bit of green. Let me just keep that paint on my brush and I'm going to pick up, I went right in and picked up green right over it. All right, so what's going to happen here is I have a stem that comes there. And then now this is what I want to show you. We're going to take this 12 flat and work it in. So we have a nice blended. So you're blending your brush before we put it on our piece. All right. So now let me show you what I'm going to be doing. All right. So I'm here on the chisel. I put pressure and I slide. So pressure and slide. Now I'm going slow and it gets wiggly, but if I put it quickly, it's nice and smooth. Okay. So what I'm doing is going back. I just took off all my paint. So I'm going to go back here and pick up more paint, full brush, more paint than you ever imagined. All right. So let me show you. Chisel, flat, lift. I need some more classic green. Chisel, flat, lift. And I'm going to come right in here and here. Okay, see, I'm filling in with green along the bottom. See, the long stroke is chisel, flat with pressure and stand up. And when I stand up, I kind of curve it. All right, and then I have a couple here. Push, stand up. Now let me show you what happens. I just grab pink. Now look what happens here on the green. Look how pretty that is. See the pink and the green leaves? So it just gives you a whole nother realm of color, which is fun. And I can bring a little bit of pink over here. All right. I think that gives us a lot. We've got a lot in there. Okay. Now the finishing touches to me are my favorite part of this. Now, what I did have in here in the middle is I came in with some pink, and it was the pink and the yellow because I thought those two colors were pretty together. All right, so I did put a little bit here and there. Okay, pink, bright pink, daffodil yellow. All right, so look. I don't want to get carried away because I have another leaf look that I want to show. So let's just stop there. All right. Now I have height. A lot of people forget that we need this height, and they make it everything the same height here. Now, do you see I have tall, tall, then I have a medium tall, then small, halfway, and then some at the bottom. Okay. So now we're going to add more to the bottom. But what I want you to see is that we need a script liner. So there's a small liner in the set. I like a number two script liner, which is longer. for what we're getting ready to do. There we go. Thank you. That's sweet. All right, so I'm going to take some of this color off of here because we need this color that I want to make now. So I'm going to pick up Aqua. And this white's got all kinds of color in it. So now when we're doing inky liner work, we are not using the floating medium. There's only a couple times ever I use water in my paint, and this is one of those. So I want to make a mix. Come over here. You'll use a whole bottle of white trying to get it as light as I want it. All right, so move it over here, that little bit of aqua with the white. Can you see that color? Now this is something that is like the fantasy leaf part of it. And I'm putting water in here. So I dip and then I make circles. Okay, and then to make it inky, then I roll the brush out, and I want to be able to do this. I want to be able to do an outline look. All right. Now, this is pretty without this, but I want to show you how fun this can be, is doing all this fine detail at the end. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to come right in here and I act like nothing's behind me. I don't worry about anything that's already there. All right. So then I'm going to come right here and make my first leaf. And see, you do the two sides and then you pull a stem in the middle. All right. And we want it to be an illusion bigger. I'm going to show you this up close in just a minute. All right. So that's before I put the stem in it. Okay. So now I'm going to come back to here and put stems and all those. And then I'm going to repeat that on the other side. So it's just a fun floral illusion. Okay. So I'm going to come right here. And in front, on top of everything behind it, I don't look at anything. And that's hard for some of you. You're going to go, oh, I don't want to go across that flower. I like the way that looked. It's just a fun, I wouldn't call it, it's new, modern, a little bit fun. Okay, there we go. See? And also, I just did a beautiful underwater landscape doing the same kind of fun look, same colors. And this is something that you could do, like when you do the jellyfish, you have some of these colors and the long tentacles. I don't know if that's what they're called. All right, let's see that one. All right, now the fun part is we're going to put these aqua dots all over our painting. These are just a few of the leaves. Now I did a 16 by 20 like this, and I have a lot of this aqua look. To me, this is a color that plaid has called patina. And then you wouldn't have to mix it. Okay, so. All right, so now to finish our piece, I want to pull the camera. I'm used to saying, come down here. All right.
Donna.
Yeah.
Don't forget, you were going to show the coneflower bud.
Oh, yep. I got a flower right here. Okay. Thank you, Miss Chris.
Mm-hmm.
We've had a long day of painting today. And so it's nice that there's two of us, because then she could help me remember. So there's the first stroke. You're going to push and pull a second. And then we're going to come up here. And maybe another one here. And then over to the side. So it's just a little teeny open bud. Okay. All right, so I'm going to come right in here. Let's see. Let's do it right here. So I push. Now you can use, if you don't have a round brush, I do this with my chisel of my flat. I'd use maybe a 10. Okay, now what this needs is a stem. So we're gonna make this go right across there. There. Okay, so now what I want is, I want to do dots. And so you got to find a handle on your brush that isn't too teeny. So I'm going to get one of the handles a little bit bigger. And the first thing I did was I picked up dip, dot, dip, dot, 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 dip, dot, dot, dot. Okay. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to do a few of them and hold it up close so you can see. Now, all along his side here, I'm doing this like as little berries or it's little bits of blossoms that have started that aren't full yet. And then inside the purple, like wisteria here, I am going to put some extra dots. And then I'm going to show it to you up close.
While Donna's doing that, let me just share with everyone that if you are painting along this evening, be sure to share your work through the social platforms like Facebook and Instagram and so on. And if you do, we'd love to see your work here at Plaid Crafts, and you can post in the Let's Paint with Plaid Facebook group. Use the hashtag Let's Paint Challenge. There's also 2 hashtags that Michaels likes to use. One is Michaels Classes and one is Make It with Michaels. So do be sure to hashtag your work.
Yeah, we want them to know that you guys like Donna on your show. And Chris, we're a team. We usually have a videographer, but Chris is everything tonight, which could be very stressful, right, Chris?
Again, the camera's all set up just right. It was a little stressful.
Yeah, and she kept saying, Donna, I'm trying. I expected her to do 4 things at once. And I didn't know how to help, except to keep bothering you by saying,
do this, do that.
do this, do this. You got me backwards. She goes, I know it. Okay, so I just want you to know, I like to just go in here and put a few dots here and there. And any place there's blank space. And so this was perfect because Mark said, oh, you got bubbles, it's underwater. No, these are sparkles. These are fairy sparkles, right, guys? All right, let me see. All right, so I went across this bottom because I really think, I'm gonna go ahead and do some more. I really think it needed in the dark part, this pink that's like neon. And then I did the light aqua leafy color, like it looks like patina. Okay, now look at this. So can you see all the little dots? I don't know, can they see it?
Yes, and one more thing, Donna, I think is missing is the center of your largest flower.
Yeah, I got to do stamens here, and I got to do some colors on the little daisy strokes here. All right, so I'm going to, first thing is I'm going to pick up a darker color. So I mix some of the green with, this is classic green with some perfect purple. All right. And I just want you to see that I'm coming in here and I touch and pull with just the tip of the brush. Okay, can y'all see that? Little teeny. All right, now I'm gonna show you up close and personal white and daffodil. So wicker white and daffodil. All right, let me see if I'm up there. And then I'm just gonna touch. Okay, that's hard. Can y'all see it? I couldn't see it, and I smeared my pink. So when I smear it, I'm just gonna take a wet brush and wipe off the dots that I smeared. So I usually do those last and not suspended in air. So y'all can give me that break, okay? Please. Okay. Now I'm going to finish that by going all the way across, like it's peeping up from inside the flower itself. So up here you wouldn't see much, but then down here you'd see more. And the amazing thing I saw, I was in a poppy field that they were way bigger than two of my hands together is how big the poppy flowers were. And the centers got all over me. It's like this purple, looked like black pollen that went all over me. It was like crazy how amazing those centers are. And the petals, one petal covered almost all my hand. It was so pretty. All right, so now what I'm going to do is at the center of these two guys, I'm going to put some yellow. Okay. And then I'm going to take a smaller brush and just dip dot Wicker White. And I went right here along to set this little center in there. You can use any color you want. I just used white just so you can see that it's supposed to set down in there. Okay. And I still have the one flower to do. I'm going to put yellow. See how I did the centers? I'm going to put some yellow right in the middle of this little bud. And I don't know if y'all remember, but what's left is the teal ones. All right. So now what I need to do is mix this again. So it's that light, pretty teal, and because I used it all. Like patina, remember? Okay, and I'm going to use a big handle, and then I just went in here just like I did the pink, and I put these little dots straight up and down, and it needs to be dip dots. So guys, it needs to be thick, fresh paint. You can't use dried up paint. My pet peeve when I see people doing this and they use the driest part of their plate, and then it looks like you just put a glob of paint instead of dots. So please do fresh paint, even if you have to squeeze out more paint. And pick up fresh paint when you're doing that, okay? Dip dots, dip, dot, dip, dot. So sometimes you have to pick up each. So I do about three or four, depending on. I'm going to bring it up higher so you can see again. All right, I think that's good. I don't know about you, but I had a good time. I thank Chris for being with me tonight so that I was able to be on. And I thank all you guys for being on. And for Michael's group that makes sure that we have beautiful people to connect us, right, Chris? It was good to have. It's not Cecilia. What is our sweet lady that's working with us?
Chanel.
Chanel, that's right. It's a pretty name. I remember that. Okay. Whimsical. All right. See, it's like fairy dust out in the background there. So see how much that patina color pops? And actually, if you could see this up close, those neon pinks are really pretty. Did you like it, guys? I love being here and sharing this with you guys. And the best part is when you send us messages by showing us your pictures and tell us what you want to see next. And I have some people that don't like all the extras, so don't put them. Just put what makes you happy. Smile and enjoy it. Thank you, Deborah. You've been around all week with me. Thank you. All right. So Until next time, I'm going to turn this over to Chris because I know she's got things that she got to share with you. But please, if you still can, come see me Wednesday. Let's learn some gallery glass and painting a pumpkin. Okay.
Well, thanks everyone for tuning in this evening. We hope you did have a good time with our good friend Donna Dewberry. And don't forget, as Donna said, she'll be sharing another class this week. It'll be this Wednesday. It's at 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time here in the Michaels Community Classroom. And then as always, we welcome you to join us next Monday evening for another Let's Paint Live. As you share your projects tonight, be sure and use the hashtag Let's Paint Challenge, Michaels Classes, as well as Make It with Michaels. So until another visit, we'll say goodbye for now. Come on, everybody. Let's paint.
Let's paint.